Well, Nigel, back to it on Tuesday, this time against Kortrijk, and you must be feeling positive following the weekend's win.
Yeah, it was an important game for us in the sense that we needed to bounce back from the game the previous weekend, and it's another chance to play against, or was another chance to play against a top flight side. And I think in the two away games that we've had so far, we've applied ourselves pretty well, and we can be very pleased with the points that we've picked up there. So hopefully it gives the players a bit more confidence, and we can go to Kortrijk now, who will be a very difficult side to play against. They've finished the regular season well, and they've started pretty well in this as well. So we know it'll be a tough game, but I think we can view it as being another really good opportunity to see how we fare against another top flight side.
Just looking at the standings as well, obviously early doors yet in playoff 2, but that win's put us up to 4th, and obviously potentially another positive result on Tuesday will put us right up there as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think, I said before, we want to do as well as we can and be competitive. But also, I have to look at the other side of it, the other picture, and that is this is a chance for us to see how we cope with players and teams from the top league. So at the moment, it's about just trying to make sure that we get our performances right, because the league table. Yeah, I mean, Zulte, Waregem would be have had the best start, I think, and they showed against us in the first game that they've got some decent players. Whether we can be there or thereabouts at the end remains to be seen, but for sure I don't see any reason why our players don't go into these games with a lot of confidence and self-belief, because as we spoke about after the game on Saturday, we've got quite a bit of 1A experience within the squad, and I think those players themselves look forward to these games. So it's an interesting one. I don't think it's important to get too carried away in terms of what the league table looks like at the minute. It's always nice to do well and to win games. So it's about us again trying to pick up points tomorrow night, but we recognise it'll be a tough game. But I don't see any reason why we can't go there with a really positive mindset.
Can we approach that game in a similar way that we did to Vassland-Bereven then?
Yeah, why not? I mean, it's for our players in particular. They've got to be organised, and they've got to know what we're trying to do as a team. And I was very, very pleased with our overall team performance the other night. On top of that, we win the game, but I was really pleased with how we went about the game, and we'll have to do that again against Kortrijk, because, like I say, they have some players in form. They play with quite a bit of aggression and pace on the counter-attack, and we have to be able to deal with that.
I know we touched on it after the game on Saturday, just about the preparation in between, just a few days to prepare. How difficult is it to get the players into a both mentally and physically good shape within the space of those few days?
Well, I mean, it's not something that happens. In my time, it doesn't happen too often here. In terms of we've not had too many midweek games, but again, players wherever you go would say the same thing. They'd rather be playing games. So I don't think it's a particular problem for them mentally. I think that it's all physical recovery is very, very important. We'll have to wait and see whether we are capable of putting in really strong back-to-back away performances. But I don't see any reason why we can't, because the players have prepared well again. They've trained. The training's been good today. The mood's been very positive. So I don't see any reason why we can't get another good performance.